The death of Anneliese Michel has become one of the most infamous cases associated with demonic possession. It marked the first time in history that an alleged possession was brought into the courtroom as part of a legal defense, an event that remains deeply controversial even today. For decades, this case has fueled endless debate between those who believe in the supernatural and those who trust only in science. In 2005, Hollywood released The Exorcism of Emily Rose, a film inspired entirely by Anneliese's story. Many viewers still believe the movie didn't fully capture the disturbing reality of what happened to her in real life. At its core, this case is a heartbreaking tragedy involving a young woman who suffered immensely. And while her death sparked arguments and polarized opinions, it also carried significant meaning for many who followed the case. In this video, we'll walk through the chilling events surrounding Anneliese Michel's experience. We'll analyze the alleged demonic elements, the psychological explanations, and the medical context, so we can understand the case from all angles rather than trying to prove one side right or wrong. Through this balanced perspective, we may discover the lessons Anneliese left behind, lessons she paid for with her life. Before we begin, this story includes disturbing audio descriptions and references to spiritual themes. If you're sensitive to such content, please watch with caution. The story takes place in Germany, in the years following World War II. On September 21, 1952, Anneliese Michel was born into a devout Catholic family. She grew up with several sisters in a community known for its strict religious values. Her mother, Anna Michel, carried heavy emotional burdens long before Anneliese was born. Anna once had a daughter out of wedlock, an event that brought her intense shame within the conservative Catholic environment of the time. She was judged harshly, even forbidden from wearing a white wedding dress during her marriage ceremony. The child later died at age 8 during surgery, deepening Anna's lifelong sense of guilt. Determined to make things right spiritually, Anna raised Anneliese with extreme religious devotion. This upbringing shaped the girl's mindset from a very young age. She grew up quiet, obedient, gentle, and deeply committed to Catholic faith. According to some psychologists, she developed a belief that her life's purpose was to suffer on behalf of others, to atone for sins that weren't her own. The tragedy began in 1968, when Anneliese was just 16. While at school, she suddenly collapsed and experienced violent convulsions. That night, after returning home, she felt completely paralyzed, unable to breathe properly, as if something heavy was pressing down on her chest. She also lost control of her bladder. A year later, it happened again, this time even worse. She reported feeling as though something was taking over her body. She also began seeing terrifying, distorted faces she described as demonic. Medical evaluations followed, and doctors diagnosed her with temporal lobe epilepsy. She was prescribed medication to manage her seizures. But by 1970, her condition worsened, and she was moved to a special care facility. Along with epilepsy medication, she was given drugs typically used to treat schizophrenia. After some time, she returned to school and continued her studies, but the episodes did not stop. Over the next few years, Anneliese's condition escalated dramatically. She developed intense aversions to religious places and objects, unable to enter church grounds, refusing to look at crucifixes or sacred images, and panicking around holy water. Her physical state deteriorated. She suffered violent convulsions, twisting her body until she injured herself. She stopped eating. She began ingesting insects and even drank her own urine. Her voice and behavior changed drastically. She spoke in different tones, sometimes low, sometimes guttural, and occasionally in languages unfamiliar to her. At this point, Anneliese and her family believed medical treatment had failed them. They stopped all clinical interventions and turned once again to the church, pleading for an exorcism. Priests observed her symptoms and eventually agreed that she met the criteria for a formal rite. In September 1975, the bishop authorized 2 priests, Father Arnold Renz and Father Ernst Alt, to perform the exorcism ritual. Over the next 10 months, Anneliese underwent numerous sessions, typically 1 or 2 per week. Each session could last up to 4 hours. All sessions were audio recorded. Despite the relentless efforts, Anneliese's condition continued to worsen. She became dangerously weak, severely underweight, and physically injured from convulsions and self-harm. On July 1, 1976, at the age of 23, Anneliese Michel passed away. Autopsy reports confirmed severe malnutrition and dehydration as the primary causes of death. Her lungs were infected, her knees bruised and damaged, and her body covered in injuries. The conclusion was clear. She died because her health had declined without proper medical care. A criminal trial was held to determine responsibility for her death. Her parents and the 2 priests were charged with negligent homicide. For the first time in legal history, demonic possession was introduced as a courtroom argument. The defense played hours of disturbing exorcism recordings, hoping to prove that something beyond medical explanation was at work, and that the defendants genuinely believed they were helping her. Many in the courtroom were deeply shaken by the audio.
Wer spricht da? Das ist die Anneliese.
Yet the court ultimately found the parents and priests guilty. They were sentenced to 6 months in jail, but the imprisonment was later reduced to 3 years of probation. Because of the unique circumstances, the verdict remains controversial to this day. The exorcism audio here is a contrast between Anneliese's normal voice and the voice recorded during the exorcism.
Der steckt auch in der drinnen. Der das ganze Deutschland verführt, oder?
Some argue it's merely the voice of someone suffering from a severe illness. Others believe these recordings captured something supernatural. More than 100 hours of audio were submitted as evidence. In the tapes, Anneliese claimed that 6 demons possessed her, including Judas,
Die müssen in eigenen Seminaren ausgebildet werden, die dürfen nicht auf die anderen Universitäten. Nein. Wo gibt nur der Ohren? Ich hab ein Bruder geschlagen.
Hitler, Lucifer, and others. When each spirit took control, her voice changed drastically and she spoke in different languages, including Latin, Greek, and what sounded like various dialects. Supporters of the exorcism argue that no ordinary person could speak in such tones or languages under normal conditions. From the spiritual viewpoint, Anneliese's suffering was seen as a genuine battle between her and demonic forces. She had already undergone the years of medical treatment with little improvement. Her deeply religious family believed exorcism was the only remaining option. The priests who participated were described as compassionate and courageous, staying with her through terrifying moments. Their critical mistake was failing to recognize the severity of her physical condition, indirectly contributing to her death from malnutrition. Supporters often reference a letter Anneliese wrote during the final months of her life. In it, she claimed she had been visited by a messenger from God who gave her 2 choices: be freed from suffering immediately, or continue enduring so that others might find faith through her struggle. According to the letter, she chose to stay, believing her sacrifice would help save other souls. Ironically, her story did have widespread impact. After her death, the church revisited its centuries-old exorcism guidelines. For the first time since the 1600s, new rules were added requiring priests to receive medical training and to work alongside modern healthcare professionals. This change has likely saved many lives and it happened because of Anneliese Michel. From a clinical standpoint, Anneliese's symptoms are consistent with temporal lobe epilepsy and schizophrenia. Doctors believe her strict religious upbringing may have shaped the content of her hallucinations, convincing her that her seizures were signs of demonic attack. Many professionals argue that with stronger medical intervention, increased medication, and constant hospital supervision, she likely would have survived. Her ability to speak in unfamiliar languages might be explained by her exceptional talent for linguistics. Her professors reportedly considered her highly gifted in this area, and she spent years studying religious texts that included Latin, Greek, and various dialects. As for her haunting, distorted voice, some doctors suggest that her severe lung infection could have altered her vocal quality. So what really happened? Was Anneliese Michel dealing with demonic forces? Or was she suffering from a tragic combination of neurological and psychological disorders? Perhaps both viewpoints hold pieces of the truth. The court acknowledged wrongdoing but reduced the punishment. The church updated its laws to include medical safeguards. Both sides learned from the tragedy. Regardless of one's beliefs, this case highlights the importance of compassion, caution, and understanding between science and faith.